just to give you a little bit of perspective, I'm going to give you a bit of our history. When I first opened the Gulf Coast Bar, let me get my papers right, in 1958, the first leather bar in the United States, you had to know exactly where it was. There were those signs outside, only a black wall. When you entered, there was a leatherman sitting on a bar stool with a black drape behind him. He questioned you, and if he thought you were okay, he let you in. Today, there are neon signs outside screaming, "Gay bar!" The progress we have made is outstanding. Politicians court us. We can get married. We're not where we want to be yet. We still got a ways to go. But we have made fantastic progress. However, in many countries, people live under the constant threat of violence just because they are gay, bi, trans, or queer. The government and the police in places like that, like Uganda, Iran, and even Russia, not only tolerate this, but promote it. They perpetuate this brutality. For this reason, the Rainbow Railroad Charity came into existence. The Rainbow Railroad helps individual safety when their immediate lives are in danger. Since 2006, the Rainbow Railroad has helped our brothers and sisters find a safe house, providing information, resources on cleanliness and health. They need our help because a plane ticket issued quickly or a bed in a safe house can mean life or death from one of our people. Even though we don't have everything, those of living in progressive countries, those of us who have been able to openly celebrate our lifestyle and come together must step up and protect those who are not as fortunate. I have asked our volunteers to pass among you and take up a collection for the Rainbow Railroad. Please give as liberally as you can without material injury to yourself. All monies collected will go directly to the railroad. It's a house like Over 20 years ago, I was in Egypt with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. I was told that one of the temples was for cruising. Of course, I went. I met a very handsome Egyptian boy. In the course of our time together, we discovered that he was BDSM. We had a wonderful time. However, when I left to say goodbye, he was crying. He said, "Where in this country will I find someone like you? What we do is against the law here." If the Rainbow Railroad had been in existence at that time, we could have got him out of Egypt and brought him probably to the States or maybe Canada. This is the second time that we had a collection at IML. The first one was in 1999, and that was to the Leather Archives and Museum. We wanted to buy a building. We found the perfect building for the archives at 5418 North Premium. However, we needed $60,000 for the down payment. We had $5,000. Joe Bean and myself asked for a collection to help purchase the building. We collected $58,000 in cash, checks, and pledges to bought the building. Today, the Leather Archives is a viable institution. It was listed as one of the 10 best museums in Chicago. success of the archives is due to the leather and fetish community. It has reached no government grants, nothing, no assistance. The leather and fetish community has supported and financed the archives. The Leather Archives is your institution. Be proud of it and continue to serve it. Thank you. I want to add something that I hadn't originally in my minutes, and I think it's important, so I'm going to tell it to you. Last Friday, the Christian hate group was out in front of the Leather Archives Museum, shouting insults and terrible things. And they were all lies, but they kept on doing it. My thing that came out of it was so nice. All the neighborhood people came down there and started supporting us. There was a lady pushing a baby carriage, and she was hollering, "Go home, we don't want you here." Yes, we had friends. The neighborhood turned out. But we've also got to remember we've got enemies. There's an old saying, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. We've got to watch them. We constantly go on guard. The Christian right is against us. They already stopped gay marriage in some of the states. But we've got to continue to fight. It's our fight. We will win. Again, welcome to the 37th International Mr. Leather Contest. You are my species. I love you all. And now, I'm for sure.